Battle of Poop Frick Island. Marine casualties, 500. Japanese casualties, almost 50,000. And this is how most things went in the Pacific Theater during World War II, and the island itself was probably like 5 squared miles. J.R. Fox versus 100 no German soldiers. We have you surrounded. Give up now. I said give up. Hit my position with artillery fire. Give them hell, boys. Based alert. My feeling when I learned about how Molotov-Ribbentrop was signed to protect Czechoslovakia from Poland. What? This was a brief deal between the Soviet Union and the no-Germans before they started fighting in World War II. Yes, their agreement to divide up Poland was to protect Czechoslovakia. We're in Berlin tonight. We're here to interview the Chancellor of Germany. 2 years into a war that's reshaping the entire world, most Americans are not informed. They have no idea what's happening, and hey, there's the man himself. Did he get access to a time machine? Decapitate me all you want. Nothing will unkebab your soldiers. Cope. Oh, is that what Vlad the Impaler was doing? He was just making kebabs. Welcome to Swiss history, where we celebrate our great moments like the time we did absolutely nothing, the time we did absolutely nothing, the time we did absolutely nothing, and the time we did absolutely nothing. Thanks, Switzerland. Very informative. I mean, I can remember you doing one thing during World War II. But yeah, I mean, on a territorial level, you're right. You didn't do anything. Germany. Czechoslovakia. Marshall, that's not how it works. The Soviet Union. Okay, clearly it did partially work because the Soviet Union is no more. You can write in the death note an entire country and it will cause them to disappear. This man was a Polish statesman who served as the chief of state in the aftermath of WW1. Sounds like he was trying to bring back the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Dim with their big old borders. The Spanish-Moro conflict in 1565 to 1898. The Philippine Revolution between 1896 and 1898. The Spanish-American War in 1898. The Philippine-American War in 1899 to 1913. The Moro Rebellion in 1899 to 1913. And World War I, 1914 to 1918. Yeah, I can kind of see why they are like this. Totally makes a lot of sense now. Like, series of unfortunate events. And they didn't even talk about the World War II stuff. Bolivia losing nearly half their territory, including their coastline, to Chile, Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay between 1867 and 1936. Oh, here they are, and they...
Yo, come on, man. I can't have shit in this house.
They just want to be big boys. People, the colonial age is over, and all European countries have left are small islands. France with French Guyana, and that is most certainly not a small island. It's actually pretty massive. This, or 83 squared kilometers. Prime Minister of Italy says Italy's ancestral right to all of Europe, North Africa, and Western Asia. Oh, did Tucker Carlson do an interview with her after Putin? She's gonna try to revive the Roman Empire. Remember the last guy that tried to do that? Did somebody say World War II Italy? Italy in World War II was really interesting. Italy was useless, lol. Examining the failures of fascist Italy is a rather interesting topic. Italy is just funny side switchers. As well as the growing discontent with fascism within the government. There is a lot more there than just the haha funny Italy memes. Don't forget, Italy started that whole fascism thing. The USSR fighting for its life against Germany. Meanwhile, the UK and the US and UK having less casualties throughout the whole war combined than the USSR during the German invasion. Yeah, they were certainly struggling. This is literally Stalin screaming for them to open up a second front. Now I get it. Went out to drink with my girl co-workers and they were talking about how they like to do bad things. Then looked over at me to gauge my reaction and I was just reading the Ethiopian Wikipedia page. That's right, brother. Always stay strong. The great Ethiopian Empire will keep you pure. Romania during World War I, small doge versus Romania in World War II, swole doge. Then there's Bulgaria during World War I, swole doge versus Bulgaria in World War II. The most hilarious part about this though is they technically gained land after World War II. Like literally one of my favorite facts. We gained territory in WW2 by losing. Same as World War I with Romania. Okay, so this should tell you something. Here's small Romania during World War I, and then only 5 years later, here's thicker Romania. Sometimes by taking L's, you actually win. I don't know how it works, but it just does. Whoa! A bag of gold in the street. Why hasn't anyone taken it? Ooh, I'll take it. Go ahead. Just take it. I would... Okay, wait, never mind. I don't want to take it anymore. That's one way to stop crime. Another meme about Vlad the Impaler. The year is 1346. Die, English dog. Your entire existence is Europe's mistake. Yeah, we'll have your territories ours by right. Meanwhile, in the year 1940, we'll take what Frenchmen we can with us. We will return and we're taking your country back. We'll throw what's left of our army into a rear guard action so you can escape. Thank you for trying, old friend. This is such a beautiful moment. We're referencing Dunkirk and the events that followed after in World War II. Obviously, the English had to run back to the British Isles, and they stayed there for a while, but they eventually did save France. Funny how often some of the greatest rivals in history end up being like best bros later on. Joseph Stalin be like, we did not commit this massacre, but the Polish kind of deserved it. Meanwhile, Churchill and Roosevelt. New meme format just dropped. This Wikipedia article about the oldest soldier of Europe. Interesting. Allegiance from the Kingdom of France, Kingdom of the French, French First Republic, First French Empire. Okay. Years of service, 75 years and 4 months. Born 1698, died 1807. At the age of 108. How did he live so long, being on the battlefield so many times? This man must have also been maybe one of the best soldiers, or maybe one of the worst. Maybe he was always running. I don't know. I can't explain this. This man with a truly remarkable life. Farmers, according to public opinion. Meanwhile, farmers when lobbying. This is more of a meme about recent news in Europe, but I just want to remind everyone that farmers throughout history are incredibly powerful. Never underestimate enough angry farmers. You are literally not Roman. You're not even descended from the Romans. You're a Germanic barbarian LARPing as the Pope said so. And I guess that's literally all they needed to say. And it's pretty funny when comparing the actual true Roman Empire map versus the Holy Roman Empire. There's not a whole lot of land that cross over. I mean, there is, but these were also a lot of barbarians up here. But yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Pope said so. Odysseus and the Cyclops. Have a drink. By the way, my name is Nobody. Sure, Nobody. Haha, it was me, Odysseus. That is my real name. Oh, you blinded me. Gotta talk to my dad, BRB. Odysseus literally got the Cyclops drunk and then cut his eye out. But that Cyclops would then go ask his dad, Poseidon, to get vengeance, which then kind of started the whole Odyssey journey. This man had some hubris. Dinosaurs did not rule the earth. They were just alive. Stop giving them credit for administrative skills they almost certainly did not have. They didn't rule jack shit. Paleontologists and paleon nerds. Also creationists and evolutionary deniers. Chickens did not evolve from the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I guess they can agree on something. It's about time. My child has fallen into the gorilla enclosure. He has broken bones and is now unconscious. The gorillas will certainly attack him. If any of you want to touch the boy, you'll have to get past me. You got it, boss. I remember watching this video not that long ago. The spirit of Harambe warned this other gorilla like, bro, trust me, just stay away from the kid. Humans don't like when you touch them. That event actually happened way before Harambe. The Unification Church, handing over a piece of paper to South Korea. What's this? We funded North Korea's nuclear program and maybe sold them nukes indirectly. Sawees. Huh? Okay, what is going on with this Unification Church? I've always heard about cults in Korea, but this is getting crazy. Presidential candidates hoping to win maybe 51% support. Washington winning with unanimous support twice. He's literally looking down on every election year. Sure, he's not going to be happy this year either. No, you can't follow your own culture and ideals. You'll have to convert to our faith or die. Lol, so long as you pay your taxes, you can believe whatever you want. That's how the Chad empires do it. Don't care what you do, just give us money. It's weird. Why would you really want anything else? Is that not the most important? Virgin colonialism versus Chad conquest. Sure, this meme is not entirely perfectly accurate. Kind of still funny though. Mexico already losing the war. Meanwhile, 19,000 American soldiers landing near their capital. Oh man, that would have been crazy. Germany during World War I. Hey, Mexico, want to join us to invade the US? Mexico flashbacks. Yeah, I don't think that they even considered it. So in 1846, the Americans did sail across the Gulf of Mexico and landed in Veracruz. Their plan was to march straight towards Mexico City. It has always been a very difficult problem for Mexico. You kind of choke off their capital once you land and blockade Veracruz. The US government be like, you mean prohibition didn't stop people from drinking? No, like honestly, 0 people. Crazy. When you make something illegal, it doesn't really stop people from doing it. I still think we're learning that fact. 1918 German infantry soldiers watching as American troops charge straight at their trenches with weird 2-barrel short guns that shoot dozens of little metal pellets at the same time. I'm sure this is going to be fun to eat. They did not like shotguns. Meanwhile, East German citizens watching the sky over the Berlin Wall, 1978. Oh man, this is beautiful. Wait, is there actually a floating house? I'm pretty sure it was the balloons. Are we referencing the balloons? They made a hot air balloon to escape. This guy Hung has failed the imperial examinations for 4 times. Even if he's arrogant, I still kind of hope he turns his life around at some point. Meanwhile, 230 million casualties later, yeah, not so much. We're referencing the Taipei Rebellion, where this guy claimed to be the brother of Jesus Christ, resulting in one of the deadliest civil wars in history. Han Dynasty, the Roman Empire is a great power that we see as equal. The Roman Empire I can conquer you. I mean, at that point, they had gotten so many dubs, I wouldn't be surprised that they were just super confident, not humble at all. You have an oppressive monarchy. You revolt and overthrow the king. You end up with an emperor. He's pretty cool. He's exiled a few years later, and now you have a king again. The poor nation of France in the late 1700s and early 1800s is when they started chopping off a bunch of monarchies' heads off. Then they got Napoleon. Then after he was exiled, they had another monarchy restored. France couldn't escape. The Portuguese aimed at taking Mecca with the hope of exchanging it for Jerusalem. Trade offer. I receive the Holy Land. You receive Mecca. I could see that line of thought. I mean, it doesn't sound that crazy. Okay, maybe it is a little goofy. Castilla, 1453. We might have been a little beat up by the French recently, but hey, the longbow is still the greatest weapon in Europe. Meanwhile, the English longbowman 20 seconds later. Okay. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Can you believe those barbaric Aztecs oof people to please their gods? Good thing the Spanish don't do that at home. Meanwhile, the Spanish at home. Well, yeah. German soldiers captured Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, and France in just 6 weeks. Then there's those same German soldiers who have been fighting for a single house in Stalingrad for a whole month. This must have did something pretty bad to their confidence. It's not so easy anymore, is it? Union troops entering at northern Alabama and northern Mississippi being greeted by pro-Union crowds who oppose the Confederacy. That must have been an interesting moment. It's kind of like what happened with West Virginia, too. Some Southerners did fight for the Union. And thank you to the patrons. Go to the link in the description down below to patreon.com to support me. JohnDenver, Jack Traven's annoying friend. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. InquisitorXarius, Henrik Hedlund, Fredrik Tibblin, Drew, it's your dad back with the DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood, Carmel Saida, Amateur Archaeology,
RyeThePie,
Sebby, if you hear this, I love you,
Mexican 760,
LuxembourgLover, Tambre, and ZaneyBoi.